Most roofing sales reps are doing dollar cost averaging completely wrong, and it's costing them thousands in potential wealth. Here's the truth about investing when your paychecks look like a roller coaster. What's up, Roof Money Pros? Mike here with Roof Money Pro, and my mission is to help roofing professionals like you maximize your careers and build wealth. Now, if you've ever stared at your bank account after a slow month and thought, how am I supposed to invest when I don't even know what next month's commission check will look like, then you're about to discover something that changes everything. Dollar cost averaging gets talked about like it's this magic wealth building strategy, but here's what nobody tells you. The traditional approach was built for people with steady W-2 paychecks, not for commission-based warriors dealing with feast or famine income. And if you want more financial tips and strategies built specifically for roofing pros, go ahead and hit that subscribe button because we're just getting started. Now let's talk about what dollar cost averaging actually is. In the simplest terms, it means investing the same dollar amount at regular intervals, usually monthly, regardless of what the market is doing. Buy when it's high, buy when it's low. Just keep buying consistently. Over time, this smooths out your purchase price and removes the impossible task of trying to time the market. For someone with a regular paycheck pulling in $5,000 every month like clockwork, this is ridiculously easy. They set up automatic transfers, invest $500 every month, and never think about it again. But you're not that person. When you're in roofing sales, one month you might be closing 3 big commercial jobs and pulling $8,000 in commissions. The next month, weather shuts everything down and you're scraping by on $1,200. Then you have a monster month at $12,000 followed by complete radio silence at $400. That's not a paycheck. That's a financial earthquake happening every 30 days. Here's why this matters for wealth building. The biggest mistake roofing reps make is thinking they need to wait until income stabilizes before they can invest. They tell themselves, I'll start investing once I have more consistent months, or I need to figure out my baseline income first. Meanwhile, years pass, compound interest is working for someone else, and the wealth gap just keeps growing. The beautiful part about dollar cost averaging is that market volatility actually benefits you long term. When prices drop, your fixed investment amount buys more shares. When prices rise, you buy fewer shares, but the ones you already own are worth more. It's literally designed to work with volatility, not against it. Let's talk about the elephant in the room. Your income swings wildly, and that makes traditional financial advice feel useless. Storm season hits and suddenly you're closing deals left and right. Your commission check makes you feel like you finally made it. Then the work dries up. Homeowners stop answering calls. Projects get delayed, and that fat bank account starts looking skinny real fast. According to industry data, the average roofing sales rep experiences income fluctuations of 40 to 70% month over month. That's not a small variance. That's the difference between feeling wealthy and feeling broke, and it happens every single month. Some reps see even bigger swings. You might pull $15,000 one month and $2,000 the next. The psychological toll is what nobody talks about. When you make a big commission, there's this pressure to make hay while the sun shines. You want to invest aggressively because you finally have money. But there's also this voice in your head saying, what if next month is terrible? What if I need this cash? So you end up doing nothing, paralyzed by uncertainty. Then the slow months hit and you're definitely not investing because you're just trying to keep the lights on and gas in the truck. Traditional fixed amount dollar cost averaging tells you to invest X dollars every single month no matter what. But when you literally don't have X dollars some months, that advice becomes useless. The traditional budgeting world says to base your spending on your lowest income month and save everything above that. Sounds great in theory. In reality, when you're making $2,000 one month, living on that baseline means rice and beans while watching your buddies on salary enjoy life. Then when the $10,000 month hits, you blow it all because you've been depriving yourself. It's a cycle that keeps you stuck. Here's where everything changes. Instead of a fixed dollar amount every month, you're going to use a percentage-based system that flexes with your income. This is dollar cost averaging that actually works for variable income. The framework is simple. You invest a baseline percentage every single month. Here's what this looks like in practice. Let's say you commit to investing 10% of every commission check as your baseline. That's your non-negotiable minimum. Whether you make $2,000 or $20,000, that first 10% goes straight into investments before you even think about spending. On a $2,000 a month, that's $200 invested. On an $8,000 a month, that's $800. This system works because it automates good behavior without requiring you to make decisions when emotions are running high. Big month, the system automatically captures more. Slow month, you still made progress without sacrificing your ability to pay bills. The key is setting these percentages based on your real numbers, not fantasy numbers. Track your last 12 months of income. Calculate your true average. Build your percentage around reality, not around what you wish you made. Now let's get tactical about setting this up so it actually happens instead of just being a good idea you never execute. Step 1. Determine your baseline investing percentage. This is the amount you can invest even during your worst months without creating financial stress. For most roofing reps, this lands somewhere between 5 and 15% depending on expenses and debt. Now be honest here. If 10% during a slow month means you're eating ramen and avoiding creditors, drop it to 5%. The goal is consistency, not hero moves that you can't sustain. Step 2. Calculate your 12-month rolling average income. Add up your last 12 months of commission income and divide by 12. This is your baseline. Update this number every quarter so it stays accurate as your income changes. Step 3. Connect this system to your expense tracking. This is where most people fall apart. They have an investing plan but no spending plan, so money just evaporates. You need buckets for different expense categories. Living expenses, business expenses, taxes, investing, and fun money. When commission hits, you're allocating the buckets based on your predetermined percentages, not making it up as you go. This is exactly what the Feast money management system is designed to handle. Feast stands for forecasting, expense tracking, allocation, selective budgeting, and time optimization, and it's specifically built for variable income earners like roofing pros. Instead of traditional budgeting that assumes steady income, Feast uses percentage-based allocation across 5 core buckets that flex with your earnings. When you have a big month, the system automatically directs more towards investing and taxes. When you have a slow month, it protects your baseline expenses while keeping you on track. You can check out the full Feast system at the link in the description. It'll give you the exact spreadsheets, allocation formulas, and step-by-step process to eliminate the money stress that comes with commission income. Step 4, automate what you can, but stay flexible where you need to. Set up automatic transfers for your baseline percentage if your bank allows it. You might need to manually transfer since the amounts change. The goal is to remove friction without removing control. Step 5, revisit your percentages quarterly. Your income changes, your life changes, your financial goals change. What worked in year 1 might need adjustment in year 2. Set a calendar reminder every 3 months to review and adjust. Now that you have a system for how much to invest, let's talk about where to put that money. The vehicle matters just as much as the contribution amount. For dollar cost averaging with variable income, you want investments that are simple, low cost, and don't require constant management. Think about it. You're out there selling roofs and managing leads, not day trading or analyzing individual stocks. Index funds and ETFs are your best friends here. These are basically baskets of stocks that track entire markets or sectors. When you buy a total market index fund, you're buying a tiny piece of thousands of companies all at once. This gives you instant diversification without needing to research individual companies or time the market. Now, more importantly, for accounts, prioritize tax advantage options first. If you're a W-2 roofing rep with access to a 401k, max out your employer match. That's free money. Then open up a Roth IRA and contribute what you can up to the annual limit. Roth IRAs are perfect for variable income because you can contribute throughout the year as money comes in, and withdrawals in retirement are tax-free. If you're a 1099 contractor or running your own roofing business, look into a solo 401k or SEP IRA. These let you contribute significantly more than standard IRAs and give you tax advantages that can offset your higher self-employment taxes. After maxing tax advantage accounts, use a regular taxable brokerage account for additional investing. The flexibility here is valuable for variable income. You can access this money without penalties if you hit a genuine emergency, unlike retirement accounts. Avoid high-fee investment products. Those financial advisors who want to sell you whole life insurance or loaded mutual funds with 1 to 2% annual fees are parasites on your wealth building. With index funds, you're paying almost next to nothing in fees. That difference compounds to hundreds of thousands of dollars over a career. Also, avoid the temptation to get fancy. Roofing reps don't need crypto portfolios, options trading accounts, or complex real estate syndications when they're just getting started. Simple index fund investing beats 90% of professional investors over the long term. Keep it boring, keep it consistent, and let compound interest do the heavy lifting. After your foundation is solidified, then you can start adding more specialized options. Now let's get real about the extremes because this is where most systems break down. Big months feel amazing, but they're also dangerous. You close a few massive projects and suddenly there's $15,000 in commission sitting in your account. The temptation to blow it is massive. New truck, vacation, fancy dinners. You've earned it, right? Here's the play. When you have a monster month, your tiered dollar cost averaging system automatically captures a higher percentage for investing. Let's say that $15,000 a month results in $4,500 going to investments. That's already a huge win. Take another chunk for taxes, probably 25 to 30%, because April always comes. Then from what's left, pay ahead on any high interest debt and give yourself a reasonable reward. Maybe that's $500 for something fun, not $5,000. The mistake is thinking big months will keep coming. They won't. Roofing is seasonal and cyclical. The rep who stays wealthy is the one who treats big months like windfalls to be captured, not new baseline income to be spent. Slow months are where discipline gets tested. For instance, you made $2,500 and after bills, there's barely anything left. Here's what you do. Stick to your baseline percentage even if it feels painful. That's $250 or whatever your minimum is, still going to investing. Why? Because the habit matters more than the amount. Missing months creates permission to miss more months, and suddenly you've gone 6 months without investing. If a slow month is truly devastating, like you're choosing between investing and keeping electricity on, obviously pay the bills first. But be brutally honest about what constitutes a genuine emergency versus just uncomfortable. 0 months happen. Sometimes deals fall through, weather completely shuts down work, or you're between roofing companies and there's a gap in commissions. What then? First, this is why you build a cash reserve during big months. When you have a $12,000 month and your system has you investing $3,000, consider investing $2,500 and putting $500 into a separate savings account labeled cash reserve. When the 0 month hits, you pull from this reserve to maintain your investing streak. You're essentially using big months to subsidize consistency during impossible months. Second, adjust your baseline percentage temporarily if you have multiple 0 months in a row. This isn't failure, it's being smart. Drop from 10% to 5% or even pause if you need to, but set a specific date to revisit and increase again. Make it a conscious decision, not a drift. Third, use 0 months to increase income, not just manage expenses. That's when you're doubling down on lead generation, improving your sales skills, or even picking up side work. The best defense against income volatility is increasing your average income over time. Let's make this concrete with a real example. Meet Jake. He's been in roofing sales for 3 years and his monthly income looks like a heart rate monitor. His highest month was May, bringing in $11,500, and his lowest month was February at $2,800. His 12-month average is $6,583. His baseline investment percentage is 10%. Let's track what Jake actually invests each month. January at $3,200 means $320 invested at the baseline 10%. February at $2,800 means $280 invested. March at $6,400 means $640 at baseline. April, he makes $9,200. The baseline 10% is $920. May is his best month at $11,500. His baseline 10% is $1,150. By the end of the year, Jake has a total income for the year of $79,000 and he has invested a total of $7,900. Compare that to his buddy who tried to invest a fixed $600 every month. That buddy gave up by June after 3 months of not being able to hit the target and invested exactly $0 for the year. Jake's investments, assuming they were earning a 10% annual return, are now worth about $8,690 by year end. But more importantly, he built a system that compounds. Year 2, he does it again. Year 5, again. By year 10, even with the same volatile income pattern, he's sitting on over $125,000 in investments. That's wealth building that works with roofing sales reality, not against it. The system keeps Jake on track regardless of income swings. Bad months don't derail him. Good months get captured. He's not stressed about timing the market or making perfect decisions. He's just following the percentages, and the percentages are building wealth on autopilot. Variable income doesn't have to destroy your investing consistency. The problem was never your irregular paychecks. It was trying to force a system designed for steady income onto a commission-based career. When you pair percentage-based dollar cost averaging with a flexible but defined system, something amazing happens. You remove the guesswork, you automate good behavior, and you build wealth even when the income roller coaster is making you dizzy. You take the pressure off yourself during slow months, you capture the upside during big months, and you finally get a plan that grows your portfolio in any season. The roofing reps who retire wealthy aren't the ones who made the most money. They're the ones who kept investing through the ups and downs. If you stay committed to your system, your future self is going to thank you. That future self will be sitting on a growing portfolio and real financial security instead of wondering where all the money went. Ready to take control of your variable income once and for all? Check out the Feast money management system in the description. Enroll today and get the exact tools to make this happen. And if this video helped you, make sure you're subscribed because we're dropping more wealth building strategies for roofing pros every single week. See you in the next video.